What's up, everybody? Big Friendly with Gen X Memories, back with another retro gaming video. Today we're going to go over another game that kind of gets lost in the shuffle, at least in my opinion, called Mines of Minos by a company called CommaVid. Now, one of the cool things about this game is you can actually beat the game. It's not like most Atari games where it just goes on and on and on. You can finish this game, and there are lots of nice variations to increase or decrease the difficulty. So let's go ahead and play the game. And it takes a few minutes. It's not something that just takes, 5 minutes like most Atari games do. It takes a little while, but I'll go ahead and go through a game, and then we'll talk more about it after that. All right, let's play Mines of Minos. Okay, in Mines of Minos, the object is to destroy 3 command center robots on the 5th level. Basically, it's a maze, and there's 5 different mazes. Now, enemies you see them right there. You have enemies that are wandering throughout the maze. Now you can drop a mine and destroy them, but you can only drop one mine at a time. That's a mine. Now they went the other way. Now that dot I picked up is a robot part. You only have 1 life. That's the life you're using right now, so if you die, the game is over. Now on default, you have to pick up 3 robot parts. You can see just to the left of the score, I picked up 1 part. You have to touch the bottom or top of the screen with it, and it puts it in your inventory. Now, let me kill these dudes. You get 20 points for a monster you kill, and you want to kill as many as possible because you need to get 1,000 points. I'll explain that in a second, but you need 3 robot pieces collected to make a whole robot. In order to win the game, you need at least 2 robots in your inventory. I'll explain more about that later also. Now I got another piece. I'm going to run across the bottom. Boom. Okay, you see it added another part to my robot. Now, you see the numbers, 1 and 1. 1 is your level number, and 1 is like your experience number. Now, you could go ahead and go to the 2nd level if you wanted to now, but it would take 2 bombs, 2 mines, or whatever you want to call it, to kill the enemies. And that's too hard. Now, you see that blue, the mines will start to flood after a few minutes. If you go into the water, you can only move at half speed, and you can't drop mines, so it's dangerous. Okay, I had enough room right there, but you see how it expands? If it comes down far enough, it's just not worth it. You just need to get your score to 1,000 points so you can move on to the next maze or level. And I've got 1 whole robot now because I've collected 3 pieces. So if I died, I could still play the game. But you need to have a couple of robots, full robots in reserve to actually win the game. That was close. Now, whenever you destroy an enemy, you can walk back over their dead body, but you have to wait for the noise to stop. The explosion noise of them dying. There's another robot part. You also get, I think it's 70 points for each robot part. Yeah, that's right. Points are crucial. You need 1,000 points to move to that number 2, so you can move to the 2nd level. And it only takes 1 mine to kill the enemies. That thing right there can be a real pain. It just goes back and across, up and down. It doesn't really come after you, so to speak, but it's fast. These guys here are slow, but when they go left to right, they are fast. Now, I'm playing on I flip the difficulty switch on the right difficulty switch. It makes the robots, not the robots, the enemies, I should say, move at half speed. So they'd be moving twice as fast if I had it on the regular, and that was really hard. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it would be real tough. This isn't a game you're just going to flip on and beat the first time you play it. Okay, now I've got 1,000 points. You see that number on the orange number went to 2? That means, okay, I've jumped to the next level. Now, the exits off the right and left side, you can use those kind of like Pac-Man, where you can use them to kind of, if you get into a crunch, you can jump out. But in order to move to the next level, you have to hold the fire button down and then go through, and that lets you move to the next level. So we're level 2 and experience 2. So everything's going pretty well so far. As the game goes along, you get enemies that move faster, and you get some other ones that show up. There's these round ones that look like targets almost. They can go through the walls. They can be a real pain in the butt. And there's also another enemy that if you kill it, it will give you robot parts or even a whole robot sometimes. Without that, it would be tough. It's already flooding. Doesn't take long. That's why you need to kill as many monsters as you can. It's only 20 points, but it racks up after a while. It sucks whenever they don't chase you. Whew. I'm actually playing this with a Sony gamepad. Dadgummit, went the wrong way. It's better with an Atari joystick, but man, my Atari joystick messed up on me. It won't go down. I'm gonna have to take it apart and hoping maybe the board slipped or something. We'll see. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You can get another one, but if you think you're badass, you can, like I said, you can move the difficulty switch back to the other position, and those monsters would move twice as quick. Pretty good game though. I mean, it's this game only has 4K of memory, 4 kilobytes of ROM. It's not like it's an 8. Like, there's that round guy. You have whenever that round one comes at you, you need to be going up or down or left or right, so it's lined up with you, so your mind will hit it. There's the one that will give you a robot part or even a whole robot sometimes. You can see I've got 2 whole robots in reserve. Okay. Kind of risky going to the top of the board with all that water. So we'll just go, because we're closing in on 2,000 points, which will make the level go up. Okay, let me go cash this part in. Now look at that. It's almost like they tease you on purpose sometimes. The mines always flood from top to bottom too. It's never from the bottom up or anything like that. But it doesn't take long for that to start happening. Oh Lord. I think those just once they hit the bottom screen, they just start coming back up. Thing looks like on top of it looks like a chicken. There's that bullseye. I thought those right there looked like a guitar or a banjo that's flopping up and down. Okay. Sometimes you have to see if it's worth the risk to venture up there. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, we're already over 2,000, so we can... Okay, now, on to level 3. So, we're on level 3, and we have the level 3 experience. So we only need one mine, or one bomb, to kill the enemies. Moving along pretty good here. I kind of like the way a lot of Atari games, a lot of the sounds kind of sound the same. I mean, it's not like they had a lot to work with, but that clanking sound is kind of a unique sound. It's kind of neat. His little legs flopping around when he runs. Oh, Lord. See, you can't drop another mine until that one goes away, which takes maybe 5 or 10 seconds. Banjo Man. So I died, but luckily I have a couple of robots. So if I had died and I didn't have any robots in reserve, the game would be over. If y'all are enjoying the video so far, I'd be grateful if you take a second and just hit that like button down there. It doesn't cost you a cent, just a second of your time, and it really helps me out. And if you've been watching my videos and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I'd be grateful if you would subscribe to the channel. And if you really want to make me happy, share the video with your friends who like retro gaming. All right. Here comes chicken. Got him. All right, it's already starting to flood up here, but how bad is the flooding? Okay, I'm gonna risk this. Now, the worst thing that can happen here is if that bullseye thing shows up. If it shows up, you're screwed. This is gonna be close. You can jump out the other side here if I need to. I do. Oh, ow! The mine flooded, but it went down. That cost me. Dadgummit. I would have gotten out if it hadn't been for that. All right, we're closing in on 3,000 points. Oh, no, I can't go back in there. That's way too dangerous now. Okay, we're almost at that 3,000. Alright, okay, level 4. Yeah, I got trapped. Just think if I was playing on a regular level, regular speed, I mean, it would be a lot harder. You need these points, but at the same time, the mine is going to start to flood soon. If that robot part is up there in the water, it could be dangerous to get it. Yeah, there it is. Dadgummit. Lord. Okay. Man, they're really coming on. Let's see how bad this is. Okay. Oh Lord, come on. Okay, got 3 whole robots. But we need 4,000 points. Oh, gotta have this guy lined up. Alrighty, we're getting close. Don't want to go up there. Okay, let's get the heck out of here. All right, level 5. Now all we have to do is hit those 3. They're round, kind of like that one that chases you in the middle of the. They call it the command center. It's just like a boxed-in area in the middle of the level. If I can ever get up there. There they are. Okay, now you lose that robot. That's why you gotta have spares. You sacrifice your robot. Oh Lord, not that thing. Hey, reverse direction on me. All right, 2 down. All right, just about got this bad boy beat. And there we go. We won. It's a cool game, and it's you saw how many close calls I had right there. And like I said, that was on the wimp level. I should say not the wimp level, just it's the default level. I just made the enemies move at half speed. But cool game. Let's find out a little bit more about it. Before I press on, I just wanted to let y'all know the Internet Archive has been down the last few days, and it really sucks. I love that site. It's just a treasure trove of great information, and they say it's going to be back up soon, and I have donated some money to it before, and if you use it a lot, I'd throw them a few bucks because it's an absolutely fantastic place, and it's great for finding old information on these retro games. Just wanted to let y'all know about that. Even with that site being down, I did find a few things, and this is one thing I found, this old magazine ad from I think it was from a late '82, early '83 Electronic Games magazine ad, and it's just showing the CommaVid line of games, their first games they released. Thought it was pretty cool looking. I did find some stuff, some other stuff to share with y'all over on Digital Press, which is another popular video game website. It also has a big retro gaming area on there too. I found this article. I'm assuming this was probably sometime in 1982, and there you see a picture of Irwin Gains, and this talks about a little bit about his background. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I will put a link to this in the description if y'all want to see it. You can click on it yourself. Just to give you some highlights, he went to Harvard, and then he got his PhD at Columbia, so he's an Ivy Leaguer. He became a physicist. He enjoyed board games in his younger years, including chess, before video games were common when he was a kid. One thing I'd like to add also in this is that, it should be noted that CommaVid always put a lot of variations in their games when it seemed like Atari and a lot of these other fly-by-night companies, as you want to call them, seemed like they were doing less and less of that. CommaVid puts lots of variations, and I can definitely say Mines of Minos is no different. Lots of variations in the game. He was married when this was written with two daughters, 4 and 6 years old. 35 years old when this was written, so if Mr. Gaines is still around, he's in his 70s by now. One other thing I'd like to read the end because it's kind of depressing in a way. Gaines looks forward to designing more games for the VCS. He says that the system can be pushed a bit further and predicts the VCS games will become more complicated, sophisticated, and flashier. As for CommaVid, the best seems yet to come. We still can offer more to the consumer using our accumulated expertise on the VCS, Gaines states confidently. With winners like Room of Doom and Cakewalk behind him, the future must be very bright indeed. And of course, we all know what happened with the crash, and also it's kind of sad because you get the impression that CommaVid really wasn't like a lot of these other companies that they just shoveled out a bunch of stuff that really wasn't all that great. They kind of had different games. And I also found this, the Story of CommaVid. Now this is pretty old. I think this was probably put together around 2003, so it's over 20 years old. But basically, again, I'm going to hit the highlights. The Story of CommaVid, 3 Chicago area physicists, Dr. Irwin Gaines, Dr. Josh Bronstein, and Dr. Joseph Bill, all 3 physicists. And they start this CommaVid game and start making games for the 2600. I think it really is cool. And their box art is definitely, and I realize there's lots of cool box art on these old games, but theirs is kind of, it really is neat. This one particular game, Cosmic Swarm, look at that. I mean, that is creepy, but kind of in a cool way. I mean, that really is neat. Okay, let's jump over to Atari Age. All right, Mines of Minos. And you can also see these cartridges are longer. They're not the standard size. They're long. And all of CommaVid's games are rare. In fact, the 6 Plus is the most common game they have. They have games that go all the way up to 10 on the rarity scale, which is almost impossible to find. The box art on this game, I think, is also cool too. I mean, you got the robot holding 2 pieces, because he's trying to collect them in this ghostly-looking monster with the eyes in the background. Very, very cool. Let's jump over to eBay and see what this thing is fetching. And there's not a lot of them for sale. And as you can see, people are proud. Complete copies are going for a lot of money. This one is complete in box for $250. That's for an auction. That's probably, I'm sure it's going to end up going for more than that. But it's expensive. Now on the completed list, and that's it. That's all there is. There's no more. There was only 5 listings for the game. And now over here on the completed listings, you see there was a really beat up one right there that sold for $25 on an auction. But it looks like these games loose with labels that are fair or better run around $50 a piece, maybe if you're lucky. This actually is pretty cool. You had all 3. You had 3 of their games: Mines of Minos, Room of Doom, and Cosmic Swarm for $149, and then there's another one for $130. I mean, that's about as good as you're going to get if you want to collect these. It would be great to have a version of Mines of Minos in the box, but Geez, I just don't know if I could ever part with that much money for it.